Earth looks flat, it feels flat. The logical explanation is the Earth is flat, right? But once you get past the crazy talk, how do we know the Earth is round? Welcome back, my woke friends. Trace here for DNews. If you follow the pervasive yellow journalism online and elsewhere, you've probably heard of rapper B.O.B.'s beef with NASA, science, and specifically Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson, astrophysicist and science celeb. Love you, Neil. In short, some pop culture peeps think that the Earth is flat. Proving them wrong is simple, though it took hundreds of years for science to figure it out in the first place. We know the Earth is round by observing it closely. If you watch a ship as it disappears over the horizon, the bottom will vanish first, and then the top disappears later. It looks like it's sinking, kind of. That's because the Earth is curved. Using a stopwatch, you can do your own experiment to prove it. Watch the sun set over the ocean or an open plain with a friend. If you stand while they lay down, each will see the sun cross the horizon at a slightly different time. The Greeks first realized this 2,500 years ago and spent hundreds of years attempting to explain it. First, mathematician Pythagoras looked at the moon and discovered a curve in the line dividing the light from the shadow on its surface. That line's called the terminator. A flat moon would have a straight line. The only explanation? The moon must be a sphere. Sometime later, Anaxagoras, while watching the moon during an eclipse, realized the shadow covering the moon, that must be coming from the Earth. And that shadow was definitely curved, so the Earth must be round. And still later, in about 350 BC, Aristotle noted that star constellations that were visible in Greece were hidden beyond the horizon in Egypt. His conclusion, yet again, was the Earth must be a sphere, just like the moon. Sidebar, notice humanity knew the Earth was round 1,800 years before 1492 when Columbus sailed the ocean blue. Just debunking some grade school crap. Don't worry about it. Once these great thinkers realized the Earth was curved, they wanted to prove it. A Greek astronomer named Eratosthenes figured it out. On the summer solstice, the sun reaches a peak at the top of the sky. Eratosthenes went to two distant locations in Egypt on the solstice and measured shadows cast by tall towers in each place. Then, using some geometry, he could calculate the curvature of the Earth between those two places. From there, he could extrapolate how many degrees around the circle of the Earth he had moved, ultimately revealing the circumference and diameter of the whole planet. Dang, Eratosthenes. Thanks to all these ancient humans, we know the Earth is just a bit over 40,000 kilometers around the poles, which is also supported by modern observations. And knowing that, we can determine how far the horizon is from you at any given point, which changes depending on how high above sea level you are. The Earth is curved, and we know it. In the end, the problem is flat earthers don't trust science. When the Flat Earth Society was founded in the mid-1920s, the idea was that observation trumps all. This is called the Zetetic philosophy. Many skeptics believe the same. You can see it all over the internet. If the Earth looks flat, it must be flat, and often these skeptics cry, "Prove me wrong!" Only trust your own observations. The funny thing about that argument is that it was observation that showed us the Earth's curvature in the first place. Pythagoras observed that shadow line across the moon. Countless people have observed ships sailing underneath the horizon, not to mention the fact that we've gone to space and observed a very spherical Earth from above. And if you don't believe all of those scientists and government people for some reason, go make your own observation. Climb a mountain, watch a ship sail over the horizon, watch the sunset with a friend flying an airplane, and behold an inarguably spherical Earth. Your move, Bob. Conspiracy theories are just the best, aren't they? Have you ever wondered why people love 9/11 conspiracies, or why we're so obsessed with the Illuminati, or which conspiracy theories might actually be true? Check out Test Tube Plus, my other show. We talk about that for a whole week. We covered all of those topics and more. Check it out. The thing about 9/11, though, is we didn't expect it to happen, so there was a lot of misreporting on that day. There were bombs on the ground, some people said. There were other planes in the air, some people said. There were car bombs parked outside of buildings, some people said. Do you guys know anything else we should make a video debunking? Let us know down in the comments and come back here every day for more DNews.